What's a good mid-range board that you can use without spending too much money to the bank? I mean, come on, nowadays I tell you, expensive motherboard, especially B550 motherboards, they have been getting more and more expensive, especially within their product stack. So for example, a B450 board might cost you maybe $250, right? But a B550 board will cost you $300, and then you'll be thinking to yourself, where did I spend the extra 50? Where did the extra money go? But anyway, that brings us to this board. What if you don't want to spend so much on a board, but you still want to have a decent amount of specs? Here comes the Gigabyte B550M Aorus Elite, and let's check it out right after our intro. Hey guys, welcome to our channel where we do tech unboxings, videos and more. This is Chester here and you guys are watching our channel at Chester and Unboxing. Today we'll be taking a look at the Gigabyte B550M Aorus Elite. So we have reviewed a few Gigabyte boards in the past. So for example, you can check out our previous video for the mini ITX version, the B550 ITX Aorus AX, if I'm not wrong, something along those lines. Yeah, that board was a bit more high-end, right? But because it's for a smaller board, so smaller, different use case. This one is for a typical mid-range system that the user doesn't necessarily need to overclock, you know, with like 12 cores and 16 cores, but you still want to have that visual, you still want to have that power, you know? Yeah, so this board is actually a very feature-packed board because it provides with what you need, nothing more. And seriously, nothing more. Alright, so let's take a look around the box. We have the board itself, you have power phases, we'll talk about it in a moment, RGB, LAN, power and typical marketing and all that sort of stuff. Alright, so this B550 board is actually from AMD, so not to be confused with Intel's B560. Why do you even want? Come on, whatever lah. So from AMD, specifically from the AM4 chipset, so it's actually the last generation now. So it's rumored that the next chipset will actually use a different one. So maybe AM5, I don't know, but so that means that our Ryzen 4th generation, the Zen 3 cores will be on the last platform. Not that it's bad, I'm just saying. So this is actually a M-ATX board, mini ATX. So opening up, you have the board itself, we'll talk about in a while. Okay, let's take a look at any accessories that it might have. Okay, it's a very, like what I mentioned, right? The theme of this board is just what you need, nothing more. Okay, so it gives you with just two SATA cables. I believe it's SATA 3. Okay, and a cool little sticker. How about that? Nice. And 3M. You know, woo! I mean,
at this price range, anything's good, right?
Okay, and you provide you with a manual that is suspiciously thin. Okay, a manual CD, and yeah, that's about it. That's seriously it for the box. So yeah, very little accessories, but in actual sense, it's actually what you need. Like, you don't really need any more accessories other than this anyway. Let's move on to the board itself. Okay, so let's remove this from the anti-static bag. Remember to not put the board above the anti-static bag, alright? Okay, this is the board itself. So I'm a personal fan of the M-ATX layout because ATX is a little bit too long and the mini ITX, oh my god, it's a nightmare to build in case you all don't know. So M-ATX is good because it's a good balance of everything. So as mentioned, this is the AM4 socket. Okay, we have a 5 plus 3 phase power, so 5 for the CPU and 3 for the memory and whatnot. Okay, 5 for the CPU means that it will work with a 6-core processor well. So for example, the Ryzen 5 3600, 3600X, the 5600X, the new one. Yeah, but I believe with the Ryzen 5s you can overclock it, right? It's fine. But with the Ryzen 7 and above, you know, we go 8 cores, 12 cores, 16 cores, I don't think this board is too equipped to handle it. Okay, anyway, moving on. We have 4 DIMM slots as usual with most B550 boards. Okay, these 4 memory slots, they support up to your standard 128 gigs. Okay, 24 pin standard stuffs. Okay, it has the top slot is PCIe Gen 4 because B550, and it's reinforced, so that's good. So that means that your heavy graphics card has a lesser likelihood of really shearing it off. Okay, you have a PCIe 1X and another 16X. This two is Gen 3. Talking about Gen 3, you have the bottom M.2 is Gen 3, the top M.2 is Gen 4. So if you have a if not you have a, you just plug everything as high as possible. You are good to go. Alright. More or less the standard list of features. 24-pin motherboard, 4-pin EPS for the CPU, standard audio side that is routed out, SATA 3, we have 4 of those. You have a USB 3.2 plug right, USB 3.2 plug right here, and it does not have a USB-C plug. So just take note for that in case your case has a USB-C on it. Okay, that's about that. Okay, in terms of the 4-pin RGB, I believe it has 2. So let me check. The ARGB is here, RGB is here. Okay, and ARGB here. Yeah, so there's 2 each right here. In terms of fan headers, there is 1 here for your main one. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. There is 3 there's 3 fan headers. Oh, I'm sorry, there's another RGB header right here. Okay, so pretty normal, right? Moving on to the I/O itself, we have 4 USB 2s. Okay, you have 2 USB 3.1 Gen 1. I hate the naming convention. Damn it! Just tell me the speed of the USB. Anyway, you have Gigabit Ethernet, so that's 1 gigabit per second. Onboard graphics, if you're using a non-APU, you will not need this anyway. Okay, last but not least, you have your standard audio jacks, which is only 3 slots as opposed to 6 on the higher end ones. Okay, so all in all, this is a very mid-range, but at the same time not budget. It's a difference, right? Mid-range is not budget. So mid-range means it gives you good features but not anything more. Okay, and do the peel right here. Can I remove this? Can I remove this peel? Did I do it wrongly? I don't know lah. Okay, so let's just do a quick measurement for MATX bots. Sorry. So length, it is about 24.5 cm, or that's about 9 3/4 inches. That it is about 24 cm, which is 9.5 inches. Okay, but the thing is, the sizes are all standardized, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, if not, that's actually the end for our unboxing and first look at the Gigabyte B550M Aorus Elite motherboard. Okay, like this video if you liked it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm Chester, that's all for today. See you guys.